This is crazy work. These people are being so disingenuous when it comes to.
Tell me, because I said that's coming months ago. So you use people as pawns, toy soldiers. One of them green little toy men. You just line up. Come on, guys. You use them as toy soldiers. Get out because they ain't got no type of time. They working out with their number one quarterback. Why ain't Deshaun Watson working out throwing to these dudes? He worried about rehab. Shout out to Deshaun Watson.
But you despise Shedeur Sanders so much. You want to go and get Brendan Sorsby, who has known gambling issues and all of this.
It's real football. The X's and O's might as well be magic. I'm not saying, and I'm not calling people dumb. Ancient humans weren't dumb. They just didn't have access to information. They didn't understand the system behind what they were actually saying. I thought it was going to be like the last dude that was here, that was walking around here saying nothing, throwing people under the bus, talking about, I need a real quarterback. How dare you? Why do you think? How dare you?
While the Cleveland media was busy writing hit pieces about Shedeur Sanders, G. Bush went live and exposed the whole thing in real time. The secret agendas, the toy soldiers, the narrative machine that doesn't want Shedeur to win. Not because of football, but because bad quarterback stories pay better than good ones. And he did it with receipts, data, Hall of Famer comparisons, and player quotes the mainstream media completely ignored. This is the full breakdown.
And my man G. Bush is back at it again, exposing these local Cleveland Browns insiders who have nothing but pure hate for Shedeur Sanders, man. He went in and exposed the truth. We got to get into it. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, hype the video. That'd be greatly appreciated. My man G. Bush in the kitchen. He doing this on UCSS. He ain't even in the barber shop to make this plate. This is crazy work. These people are being so disingenuous when it comes to wanting Deshaun Watson to start and all of this stuff. It's literally the anybody but Shedeur syndrome that's going on. Let's take a listen.
And let me just give you a case with this. The same people that are sitting here talking about, bringing in this young man and
they're also talking about bringing in Brendan Sorsby, who had a gambling rap. All of this stuff is all documented. I'm not trying to bash him and go in on it, but he has a very riddled history of problems at this point. They also want him now too because they don't want Shedeur.
Sitting here talking about, bringing in this young man and putting future assets around him are the same people that won't even that are going crazy when you mention Deshaun Watson's name.
Yeah.
They're the same people that will still continue to bring up allegations. They're the same people that talk about Johnny Manziel and how he was going gambling and going partying during the week and having a disguise on. With the same people that talked about how Josh Gordon couldn't stay clean and couldn't do different things. They're the same individuals that talked about all of the different things and why the Cleveland Browns can't get out of their own way. And why
these people have complained about the Browns and going and getting guys with histories, the Josh Gordons, the Johnny Manziel, the Deshaun Watson. They took on that while he had cases going on and this and that. But you despise Shedeur Sanders so much. You want to go and get Brendan Sorsby, who has known gambling issues and all of this other stuff. He's in rehab, but you claim you didn't want to deal with this type of stuff anymore. Oh, as long as it means Shedeur Sanders won't be the quarterback, you're willing to deal with anything. G. Bush, you cooking in the spot right now. You cooking.
But I talked about how Josh Gordon couldn't stay clean and couldn't do different things. These are the same individuals that talked about all of the different things and why the Cleveland Browns can't get out of their own way and why those individuals should not have been on the team, shouldn't have been here. I mean, for goodness sakes, we talk about speeding tickets with Myles Garrett and Shedeur Sanders. I think it's ridiculous that if you are those same individuals who continue to perpetuate and go crazy over speeding tickets, why do you think that it is a great idea for you to bring another quarterback in that A, is inconsistent, B, is not a finished product, C, is under a lawsuit currently from his old school for NIL, and D, more importantly than anything, is currently in a facility trying to get addiction under control.
4 problems at the same time. And these are the same people who said never again after Manziel, Gordon, and Watson. G. Bush's point isn't just about Sorsby. It's about proving the agenda is real. Because no rational football person makes that argument unless the goal was never about football. But the evidence didn't stop there.
And you want to bring him in to a city that's hyper-focused on everything quarterback? You want to bring him into a city that's hyper-focused on calling the Browns a dumpster fire? You want to bring him into a city where most of the reporters have a field day of just going and finding the most negative story they can find? You want to bring that guy in, put him in a media storm, and then do what? You don't even know if he's going to be ready to play. You don't even know if the NCAA is going to reinstate him. And by the way, let's go back to what the NFL has done specifically on certain terms. When you were getting suspended by the NCAA or you be held out, the NFL has already made the precedence that they're not going to uphold those positions. Like if you were suspended by the NCAA, Terrell Pryor had to serve his suspension. He got suspended and he went in the 3rd round of the supplemental draft. You go back, Maurice Claret, they banned him from the NCAA, said he was ineligible. He wanted to go to the league early. Guess what they did? Filed an injunction, and guess what? Maurice Claret was not allowed to come into the league. He had to sit out another year and then was eventually able to come back in. So they've already set you up for that. The Cleveland Browns have already been in a position where they've bucked the system and gave Deshaun Watson a guaranteed deal. He had a bunch of cases that he needed to solve, and a federal judge came in and gave him 6 games. The NFL said, nope, we're going to give you some more games. How's about 11? They still got Deshaun Watson on the roster. So now we already got people that are going crazy because they got this media Shedeur Sanders fan base war going on. You already got people talking about they're going to boycott if Deshaun Watson is the quarterback. You already got Dylan Gabriel, who some people can't decide whether or not he wants to get cut or should be cut, or he's the backup quarterback. It flip-flops. It was the worst pick for Andrew Berry in the 3rd round, but all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, I think he should be the backup. He just drafted Tyler Payne, who's 6'6". If you wanted to flyer somebody, then just take a flyer. You just drafted him. And now we got people that are suggesting giving up future assets to get another quarterback who you don't know if is going to play. You don't know what where he's at in his treatment, and you're just throwing picks out there because it's a quarterback. Guys, listen. At some point, it borderlines irresponsible, and at some point, you guys can't be believing this stuff. I don't know. As a person that covers football, it's turning into the National Enquirer or the tabloids at this point, because I think it's very funny that these guys are going to sit up on a soapbox and talk about Myles Garrett speeding tickets, but you got a guy who is sitting out because he's under investigation for gambling on his own team.
Troy Aikman, 0-7 in his first 7 games. John Elway, stats so bad G. Bush had to double check them. Both Hall of Famers, both judged after full careers. But Shedeur Sanders, judged permanently after 7 starts with no first-team reps until November 16th. And that was just the warm-up, because the next blind resume stopped everybody in the room cold.
Yeah, he's playing on our mental now, Ty.
Nah, I'm messing around with you.
I ain't messing with my mental because I'm already knowing.
Yeah, all right, you already know.
John Elway, like the biggest QB op in the city of Cleveland. Like that was the one person my grandfather told me I was never to like.
You know when I signed to Denver when I first met him, that was the first thing I said. Like, really real talk. I'm from Cleveland, and you know what I'm saying. I guess because you my boss, I'm gonna respect it. Like right now, bro, it's hard for me.
Now we done did. So let me just eliminate this. So we done did. Let's just bounce around a little bit. So I did hidden 1. Can you write these down for me, Rosie? I did hidden 1, hidden 2, and I'm gonna go to hidden 5. Let's go to hidden 5. Let's go to hidden 5.
There's a bus. That's better. That's a little bit better than John. You jumped to 5.
5.
It's got to be a bus, then.
I'm going Hall of Famer.
5.
It probably is Peyton Manning.
I'm going Hall of Famer. This feels like Peyton Manning.
I'm gonna go bus.
1 and 6. 1 and 6. This is crazy. Listen, this is crazy. Oh man, this is 1 and 6. You sure this is crazy? This is crazy. Oh man, 1 and 6.
He ain't gonna go Hall of Famer 3 times in a row.
You never know. You never know.
Steve Young. Tampa Bay Steve Young. 1 and 6. 1,148 yards, 4 touchdowns, 11 picks, so 51.2 percentage. And he turned out to be pretty good. Look at this. Look at this. What
was Shedeur numbers?
Hey, look, hold on.
Is he on the
don't
list?
You skip ahead.
He on the list.
Don't you skip ahead now.
Hey, it's looking up. That's all I'm saying.
Look,
It's looking up. Put your wrist up.
We're gonna. So we got 5. Okay. Let's continue to go on. Listen. Let's go. We didn't hit. What y'all want to do? Let's go with hidden. Let's go with see. Here, let's go with hidden. We got a hidden 10. There we go. Let's go with hidden 10. The players keep telling you what the deal is. They keep letting them, they keep letting you know what it is. Now the funny thing about this scenario is, I said on Wednesday night, I said you're not going to be able to have a conversation with anybody about quarterback, about what's going on in this team, until you can get 1 or 2 things straight. One of two things straight. First of all, there is a undertow of a lack of respect for Andrew Barry. Oh, good gracious. Oh boy, G. See, what you thought, Amber Love, Coach Prime would be, what Amber Love say? Coach Prime is too real for the barbershop? Nah, here's what we would do. I'm gonna just tell you that. Coach Prime would keep it too real for the barbershop. Oh, no, we're not even gonna do that. You know what we're gonna do? I already got my bags packed. And we're going out to Colorado. He ain't gotta come to the barbershop. No, we do that. We pulling up in Colorado. I ain't got the Louis. I ain't got the Louis yet. But we ain't got the Louis, but I got some luggage. And it's good quality too. Carry-on case. I got it from Amazon. Put that thing together. It ain't Go Yard. It's Go Start. You know what I'm saying? It looked like it's the same printers that Go Yard. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Me, Rosie, we ready to go. We got the film team. So when we go, we already got the videographer team. We go. Listen. I've been installing my own well-off media. I got my plane tickets booked. All we got to do is get the go ahead. And I'm yo. See, we mobile. See, we reinvest over here. He ain't even got to move. He stay right over there. Stay right over there. I wanna look at the facility. I wanna walk around. Shiloh, I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go when they got a family reunion out there. Shiloh will be there. Bucky, all of them. I want to see. Listen, the little grandbaby out here. I'm trying to pull up. They like G Bush. Here's in the bar. No, the barbershops clippers come in a duffel bag too. All you need is electricity. You can get lined up anywhere. Yeah, I got 3 dudes on speed dial. The videographers with the glossy cameras. Yeah, we just ready. Amber Love, we ready to go. Let's talk about this. The players keep telling you what they're gonna do. They keep trying to let you know what they're doing. Remember when I dropped a little gem for y'all earlier? Remember when we dropped this into existence? I said, if everybody was in a real quarterback competition, the quarterback competition is about leadership. It's about who people believe in. It's about who people trust. It's about who people speak. The mouth speaks what's in your heart. You can't be a person talk about, I love, but you always hating. I'm a lover. I'm a good person. But why you don't speak nothing? You don't speak. Everything you speaking is negativity. Power, life and death is the power of the tongue. When I was growing up, my dad always told me, before any big game, he talks about he's big into visualization. He said, man, write it down. Take the picture. Write the vision down. Because when you write the vision down, your actions line up with what you're saying. Your actions go line up with what you think. And to think, you got to visualize. You have to see yourself successful. You have to put it in the air and energy and then stand on it, because after that, all your actions going to lead up to that. So the thing that we look at with the players is just go and look who the players is talking about. Just go look in terms of who the players is communicating with. If you in a position for quarterback, why has no one done any interviews and no player said nothing about Dylan Gabriel and Deshaun Watson? It's no knock. It's not a knock to them.
G. Bush did the work the beat writers didn't. He went through every single player interview and found zero examples of a teammate mentioning Watson or Gabriel as a leader. Zero. Only Shedeur. But then he found something even more specific. Physical evidence that the coaching staff has already made their decision and given everyone their orders.
Putting time, work, trying to get to and building that relationship. See, this is the thing that you got to get, man. In football, it's about relationships. And Jerry Jeudy was going back and forth, and they had a little tiff on the sideline. But this is what leadership looks like. Yeah. We forget all that. Yeah, we was arguing back and forth. Hey, come on, let me tell you something, Jerry. Hey, look, they wasn't even using you right last year anyway. Nasty little playbook. Kevin didn't know what he was talking about. We got a dude in here. We got a dude in here that's we gonna scheme you open, dog. We got a role for you, cuz. We just gotta lock in. Notice. Is Shedeur looking like he done hit some weights too? Y'all let me know if I'm tripping. Shedeur, you look like you trying to get your grown man weight. Is you a little broader up top? Pause. You've been doing some shrugs. Shedeur look like he been putting that weight on. Okay, all right now. But here's the thing. This right here shows you who they haven't come out and said it. What do you got to put it in subtitles or something? Where's Deshaun Watson with this? Huh? Where's the Jerry Jeudy and Dylan Gabriel? Here's what y'all got to understand. Any quarterback you bring in, you putting in work and you building right there. They call Jerry Jeudy in the office and they say, who you want to be the quarterback? Who you think you're going to say? Shedeur look, man, listen, Shedeur look like listen. Okay. Let me just keep it going. Maybe I'm tripping. Yeah, pause. My case laid, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Aretha Barnes, he been in that weight room. He was talking about sore calves last week. Hey, he been in that weight room, bro. Let's keep it pushing. Maybe it was just me. But love, I couldn't go that aggressive. I can't be really talking about the young man being taller and bigger and all that good stuff. It don't sit well. It's too close to Sunday. Doing all that, I can't. Shedeur up there to Miami. I can't. Come on, man. Maybe Sean could come in and run the wild dog. Nah, bro. That's how he got hurt. Running a quarterback draw. No, but I want that. By the way, guess what?
Get up with Shedeur this week coming up. Not this week coming up, but 2 weeks from now.
Hold on. You said what? What you say? Were you getting up with who?
But I'm gonna get up with Shedeur this week coming up. Not this week coming up, but 2 weeks from now, and I'll be throwing in Cleveland with him.
I mean, it sounds like he got an appointment scheduled. It sounds like he not only working with the top dogs and the dudes that got big contracts like Jeudy, but it seems like Corley, he got a schedule for him too. I think it would be productive. See, this is all available. It's a thing called the internet, boys and girls. How come this is available? The player's been telling you. How is it that you missed this? How is it you missed this for the Kyler Murray conversation? I'm confused. You let me know if I'm the only one that has access to any of this, or what'd you say again? Who you going to meet with? He got a whole off-season schedule. Sound like quarterback one to me. Sound like what quarterback number ones do.
But I'm gonna get up with Shedeur this week coming up. Not this week coming up, but 2 weeks from now, and I'll be throwing in Cleveland with him, and hopefully a couple times this offseason get up with Shedeur and throw the ball around.
Ancient humans watching an airplane overhead didn't call it a plane. They called it a god. G. Bush says Cleveland media members watching a complex defensive scheme don't say the safety rotated post-snap and baited the throw. They say he just didn't have it. And that mythology is what's been used against Shedeur since day one. But here's the deepest layer of the agenda G. Bush exposed.
As an opposition to say why you didn't want Shedeur Sanders to play. You did it from day one. It's the exact same reason that you trying to tell me you believe. Who told you that was coming? Who told you that the Deshaun Watson, the ground swelling of why Watson is going to play, when you said for 3 years he should be cut and you don't want him because of allegations? What are you talking about? I told you that. Can somebody tell me? Because I said that's coming months ago. So you use people as pawns, toy soldiers. One of them green little toy men. You just line up. Come on, guys. You use them as toy soldiers. You don't want Deshaun Watson to play. You actually don't want Shedeur Sanders to play. Actually, you don't even really care for Dylan Gabriel. Here's what you really want. You want them to go draft another quarterback because it's the self-fulfilling prophecy. At quarterbacks equal, you can write articles about how bad they are, and guess what? You can continue the cycle. You don't like no quarterbacks. I don't know, you might not like Arch Manning, but you don't like the quarterbacks we got. You don't like the coach we got. You don't like the GM we got. You don't like the owner. What do you like? You don't like the uniforms. You don't like the very eye-opening and revealing situation that happened with Kevin Stefanski. Let's take a look at what Quinshon Judkins talked about with Kevin Stefanski and figure out specifically how things was moving and why this was a problem.
New head coach Todd Monken yet? Bro, I have. And bro, honestly, like, it's not what I thought it would have been. Like,
well,
when I say that in a good way,
what did you think it was going to be?
I thought he was going to be like more so like, cause my past coach, bro, he was like really even keel, bro, like super quiet. I thought I was going to get that from Coach Monken, but it wasn't that. Like, he was like a real players coach, bro. Like, you know, like give me a hug, like all that, bro. So he was just super communicative of what he wanted from the team, what his goal is, what his objective is, what he want to come in and do. And you know, he knows exactly what he wants, and he has a vision. And I think that's what's important as a head coach, and especially being vocal about it too. I think that's what matters.
Yeah.
We're gonna play that again for you, because my problem has always been with Kevin Stefanski. My problem has always been the fact that Kevin Stefanski has not took time to go out of his way to build the relationships. When people talk about, well, the defense doesn't like Kevin Stefanski, that's a problem. It ain't an offense and the defense thing. It's a whole team thing. You're coaching the whole entire team. I always say this when in terms of when people running for office. When you're running for office, you're not the president of just your party. You're not the president of just the people who voted for you, right? When you are the president, or when you are a politician, or when you are a governor, and you win the race, you stop racing. The race is over. It is now about you. It is now about you leading everybody. You are the leader of the Cleveland Browns, not the leader of the offense, not the leader of the defense. You are the complete leader. And the thing that he talks about here is he's saying he's going out of his way to build a relationship with this guy. He knows exactly what he wants. And when you mix this thing in, when you take a look at what Malachi Corley had talked about, you take a look at what Quinshon Judkins is talking about, you take a look at what Todd Monken wants Shedeur Sanders to do. He's already met with these folks, and he's talking to these people like, look, man, Quinshon, we envision you being this type of back. We want you to go in the offseason and work on this. This is what we want to get to. This is very telling. And he said, I'm glad he says it. Remember when people try to act like I was going crazy? And I said, bro, I think it's kind of disrespectful that he can't even mention Shedeur Sanders' name. Remember I said that? Remember I told you that? I said, listen, I think it's disrespectful that when you ask about Kevin Stefanski, and Kevin Stefanski asked specifically about a player because he thought some strategic goal and some strategic competitive edge was to say nothing about anybody anytime. That makes you come off looking crazy, because what's going to happen is, like, I want you to keep the same energy. Don't be bringing me in here for these peer reviews. You bring me in with the peer reviews. I done did everything you done asked me to do. I sat in here. Every time we sit up in here, we don't talk about nothing, but we talk about what I do. I ain't had no write-ups. I ain't have no bad appraisals. But the second it come time for the reward, the second it come time for you to show me how much I mean to the organization and the work I put in, you go out of your way to alienate me, to say some slick stuff, and to bring an HR lady in here who don't know my work ethic. I ain't never met her a day in my life because I show up and do my job, but she's sitting here so you don't get in trouble with compliance for not giving me the money that I done earned over the year. And this is the reason why the economy ain't messed up. It's the folks in charge messed up. And they convince every single one of you that the people that's running these corporations is the smartest ones. No, I would be rich too if you find out the way to just keep people's money. Well, smoke alarm didn't turn into this. This is crazy. They're smart for a reason. No, they're crooks. How you think you get to be a billion? Listen, you guys got to understand something. This man is showing up, putting his body on the line. And part of it is this too. When Quinshon Judkins broke his ankle, it'd be so crazy. That's why I be getting salty. I be mad. Oh, he was okay. He wasn't that great. What? This man was carrying an anemic offense the whole season. But it get down to the end of the season and you want to generalize, he's okay. I'm telling you, sometimes I don't even want to do no podcast with nobody else because they be saying stupid stuff. Bring it back. Atlanta media not going for Kevin's messy ways. You was running around here, and it needs to be said. Half the reason Kevin's no longer here is because they found out what type of game he was playing. We don't play the double dutch, backstabbing type joints. This your best player. Does it seem like he like him?
Well, different coaches over the past couple of years. Have you heard from your new head coach, Todd Monken, yet?
Bro, I have. And, bro, honestly, like, it's not what I thought it would have been. Like,
well,
when I say that in a good way,
what did you think it was going to be?
That he's gonna be like,
I thought it was going to be like the last dude that was here, that was walking around here saying nothing, throwing people under the bus, talking about, I need a real quarterback. I need a... How dare you? Why do you think? How dare you, sir? How dare you think that you thought we wasn't going to find you out? You thought we was not going to call that out? You've been throwing players under the bus for years around here, and it started way before this. And for those guys, listen, for those guys that like to always tiptoe around racial lines and, oh, it's the race thing. No, guess what? Baker Mayfield don't like him too. He can't wait to play him.
He was going to be like more so like, my past coach, bro, he was like really even keel, bro, like super quiet. I thought I was going to get that from Coach Monken, but it wasn't that. Like, he was like a real players coach, bro. Like, you know, like, give me a hug, like all that, bro. So he was just super communicative of what he wanted from the team, what his goal is, what his objective is, what he want to come in and do. And, you know, he knows exactly what he wants, and he has a vision. And I think that's what's important as a head coach, and especially being vocal about it too. I think that's what matters.
I respect that.
Quinshon Judkins said his old coach was silent, closed off, never told anyone where they stood. Monken hugged him on day one and told him exactly what he wanted. G. Bush's corporate America analogy made it painfully clear what Stefanski was doing to these players for years. And now, with everything rebuilt, here's what G. Bush says is coming next.
Not you. My problem with this whole situation is, and it bleeds into this. I'm tired of people telling me about what can't be done. And the people that's telling you what can't be done ain't never did nothing. I done won championships at every level. I understand how the locker room works. I understand what it is. The difference between civilians and athletes is civilians live on limitations. Not athletes. We're delusional. And the only way you get to the top of the mountain is being delusional. And instead of you thinking about why you can't do something, you should be saying, why not you? Why not us? Why not you? Why not us? Because you lack the spirit. You lack the drive. You lack the intestinal fortitude to be delusional. I'm about to get it. Success only comes with high levels of delusion. There was a time period when nobody in my life, not even my parents, was actually 1,000% knew that I would make it. There was times when I was sleeping on couches, there was 1,000% that you don't know if we'll make it. But you know what? I was delusional. I told myself it's the only way that was going to happen. And for a lot of people, they'll never understand that because they'll never put themselves in a position where they even think that way. So how is it that they're going to tell you as we sit up here and talk about what's possible with a coach who said, I thought I'd never be a head coach and I'm here. With a 5th round quarterback that they thought it was left for dead, that's here. With a black general manager, and ain't that many black general managers. It's like 2, that's here. Why not you? But you preach the praises of the Patriots and how they do it. But you preach the praises of the Eagles and all these other teams. But you sit there and you tell the people of your city that your city ain't good enough. It's a dumpster fire. Everything can and will happen. And you still you promulgate that stuff, that noise. Why? You ain't telling us about us. You telling them about yourself. You don't think that you can make it. One Bible scripture comes to mind. One Bible scripture, you have not because you ask not. It's a well-known statement from James 4:2, which reads, you covet and cannot obtain. So you fight and quarrel. You do not have because you do not ask. This couldn't hit the same. You have not because you ask not. You know why? We don't got it because we don't ask for what we really want. We want the trophy. We want to be the best. So how is it that you telling us that we can't be it if you're afraid to say it? If you're afraid to say, I want to be the best at this. I want to be the greatest. I want to be this. I want to be successful. I want to have a solid marriage. I want to be a good father. I want to take care of my parents. If you can't say that out loud, how is it that you ever gonna get that? You have not because you ask not. That's half the problem with y'all. Because the second part is even more damning. You covet and cannot obtain. You covet a quarterback but can never get one. You covet a winning culture, but you don't never preach about one. You want to look at everybody's quarterback. You want Josh Allen. You want to sit up in Cleveland and talk about the Bills, and sit up in Cleveland and talk about the Bengals, and sit up in Cleveland and talk about the Jets, the Giants, the Dolphins, the Broncos. You want everything that they got, but you can't attain it. Why? Because you can't and you don't ask for it. And then when you ask for it, you don't even really mean it. So guess what happens? You fight and quarrel. And what half the time we do in the media? Sit up here and fight and argue about whether the quarterback's in this year's class or next year's class, about some 18 to 24-year-old kid that ain't even threw a snap in the league. And you talk about Heat Mendoza is better than this guy right now. You sound crazy. You do not have because you do not ask. The phrase addresses the root of unfulfilled desires amongst believers. It serves as an exhortation to approach God with sincere petitions rather than succumbing to envy and strife. You write about envy and strife. You write about quarreling and strife. And whose fault was it? And it's a dumpster fire. You do that because you ain't never asked for nothing and ain't never succeeded at nothing and never was vulnerable enough to put yourself out there and say, I want to do it at the highest level. The reason why some of y'all got a problem with people being like Shedeur Sanders, because they ask for it, because they go for it, because they put themselves out there and they ain't unapologetic to say, I believe in my ability, what I can do, and I'm standing on it. You say that's arrogance. You say you need to be humble. I actually would say you need to take a picture out of that man's book. Because if you had that heart, that integrity, if you had that level of drive, maybe you might not be in Cleveland where you don't want to be and be on the national scene instead of fitting. You know what? Sorry. That's the problem, G. Bush. You going too quick. This is the problem. You're auditioning, but all you do is fight and quarrel. Because you don't ask for it. Instead of building what you got up over here, you're always coveting somebody else's joint. Stop looking at other people's wives. Stop looking at other people's houses. Stop looking at other people's kids. Stop going around doing all of this nonsense when you could be building something you can stand on. I know when people, it ain't what people, I told you today, you was gonna get the whole smorgasbord and we ain't done yet. We're not done. After today, it stops. Because what I want is people that's willing to look at their team and coalesce and start talking about what we doing. Because I ain't doing no more narrative talk. We done with it. We on to planning. You can win wars. Everybody can win a war. But the question is, how can you unite your people after you done won? How can you govern? How can you?
I respect the Seahawks.
I think being vocal, that matters too, right? That matters too. There we go. All right, listen, I tell you what, one of the things that we're going to have to watch and we got to talk about here is this. The Cleveland Browns are on something new. The Cleveland Browns, when we talk about hashtag New Cleveland, when we talk about that, the thing that we're talking about is a new energy. I want my coach to be in here understanding what it is that he wants, and that vision is to be put and sent and delivered and marinated and pondered on by his team. To be a leader, you have to let people know that I am invested in you, that I am invested in what you're doing, that this is a collaboration, that this is something that we are partners in. I need you. Come over and give me a hug, bro. I'm asking these players, I'm asking them to go out there and put their body on the line. I'm asking them to rehab their tail off. I'm asking them to put everything they got. And I want them to circle the rounds. You know what I'm telling my team? Half the people out there is turncoats. Half these people, there's some good Cleveland Browns fans out here. Because I don't want to make it seem like all Cleveland Browns fans is the same. It's some good Cleveland Browns fans out here. There are some people that support the team, that's been supporting the team, that have put a lot of money, time, energy into this team, and it's going to ride with the brown and orange. It's some great ones out there, but it's also some ones that's been fair weather fans. It's some dudes out here that don't really want to see invested to see the Browns do good. It's just something to pass the time. They aren't really interested in winning. And I ain't even going to talk about the media. Let's talk about that. They into cashing checks, because if they get a promotion to go somewhere else, guess what? They would be out somewhere else. See, the thing about this industry is everybody fancies themselves. I'm going to go big. I'm going to go to LA or New York or Boston. Hey, listen, I ain't trying to go to LA, New York or Boston. I already got my dream job. I talk about the teams that I grew up in right here. I got my dream job. People say, you going to, no. I'm doing it myself, independent, and I get to cover the teams that I grew up and I care about. This is my dream job. So in that locker room, you got to let them know. And I'm going to tell a lot of players, it's a lot of them out here that don't want to see you win, that don't want to see you ball, that's out here covering you, rooting for other squads. So what you need to do is understand the only thing you got is them people in the room. You got a bunch of cast off. You got people that hey, think about it. You ain't the only one that said they got to go. Myles Garrett at one point in time that had to go. Shedeur Sanders at one point in time should not be on the roster, or Dylan Gabriel, or Deshaun Watson. Think about that. You done told everybody that they should be gone, yet and still they throw a whole funeral for the coach when he leaves. They got to go to calling hours. Think you got a raw deal. The second a player do something, get riddance. Well, listen, I'm going to just keep it a buck with you. You'll learn one day, Evan Stefanski going to still have his beard. He's going to be in Atlanta. He not take you with him. So we got to figure out what you're going to do. Either you going to cover the team that we here to talk about, or we not. And I hope these players come in and do their thing. I pray that them players come in and cook, because what I want to see them do is I want to see the same faces, the people that talked about this being a dumpster fire, ain't nobody good, the coach ain't, the GM, I want them same people to have to come around and sit on them airwaves and have to talk about why the Cleveland Browns was better than they thought, and why what they thought was a bunch of crap, and why what they thought was, don't they get excited now, but it starts today. It starts right now. And I like the fact that it's starting behind closed doors. New Cleveland is a thing. It ain't about, it's a mindset. Hashtag New Cleveland is a mindset. And it shows me Todd Monken wants to be here. I don't care nothing about nobody that don't want to be here. I don't care about the league, around the league. I'm not an around the league NFL type dude. I don't care.
G. Bush already called the pivot. When Shedeur wins, and the same voices who ran the agenda will claim they always believed, he's already got the receipts ready. The blind resumes, the workout footage, the player quotes, the legal precedents, everything. The question isn't whether Shedeur will prove them wrong. The question is whether you'll remember who told you first. G. Bush went on live television and laid it all out. The Sorsby hypocrisy, the toy soldier operation, the mythology machine, the Hall of Famer comparisons, the player evidence, the workout footage, Quinshawn Judkins' Monken quote, and the self-fulfilling prophecy cycle that has been running against Shedeur Sanders since draft night. 4 sources, one clear conclusion. This was never purely about football, and the people who know football best, the players, have already voted with their workouts, their interviews, and their words. Now, OTAs are open. Training camp is coming. And G. Bush said it himself. We gonna find out. Subscribe, because when Shedeur takes that first snap under center in 2026, this channel will have the receipts ready.